All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another Smma Q&A session with me, Jordan Steen, serial entrepreneur. Happy to have you guys here, and if you are watching the replay right now, you can go ahead and flash forward a little bit or skip forward a little bit. We like to take the first. I don't know why I always say we. I like to take the first. I do it every time too. Like, I know I've said that exact statement before. Anyways, I like to take the first 5 minutes to get to know my viewers and get to talk to you guys and understand your business and really just get to learn a little bit more about you guys. So if you are on the live viewing of this live Q&A, then do me a favor, put your name in the chat or say hello, put your agency in there, do something to let me know who you are and what you're about. My eyes are burning like a mofo today. I've been working since about 9 this morning, 9:30. So it's been a full day, let me tell you, and a lot of stuff got done today. But it's been a good day. How about you guys? Everybody else having a great day so far? Would love to hear about what you guys are going through. Also, I'm pretty excited because we checked our company email today, and Canva, if you guys don't know Canva and you're just starting your agency, it's a great platform for creating graphics, images, things like that for your agency or for your clients to post to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, your website, whatever. And they reached out to me and they want to do a content collaboration. So that's always really exciting. If you guys didn't see, I did a content collaboration with Smma not too long ago. If you actually go over to their YouTube channel, you'll be able to see a video with me and the host of Smma's podcast, if you will. But yeah, it was a really exciting little email. I love getting emails like that from large brands who want to do content collaborations. And the only reason they would obviously want to do that is because they enjoy my brand as well and they enjoy my content, which is, really, really cool to see large brands like that enjoying what I'm putting together. So kudos to me. I get to brag a little bit every now and again, right? So I hope you guys are doing well. Jarrell, Dino, Janetta, Sean, Mashak, J98, what's going on, guys? And if you guys are watching, do me a favor, if you will. If I've ever taught you anything or if I've ever helped you with your agency, please do me a favor and just hit that thumbs up button. That's all I ask from you guys to help me. People always ask, hey, Jordan, how can I help you with your agency or how can I help you with your brand? I'd love to get involved. The very least, what really helps me is getting those thumbs up so that way I can find more aspiring agency owners like yourselves to bring great content to. So again, hit that thumbs up button. Would love that. We're going to get started here in just a second, guys. I'm going to try and stay high energy. It has been a long day. I had a hard workout yesterday too, so feeling a little tight, but no worries. If you see me stretching, that's why. It's because my arms. Did a lot of arms the last couple of days, but I'm getting back in shape. I'm already down 9 pounds, which for me is a lot. I weighed the most I've ever weighed in my life, which is not like a ton, but I just wasn't happy with my weight, so I started working back out again. And really, when you guys are probably all familiar with this, if you're running a business of your own, how much running a business can actually get in the way of your physical fitness. Obviously, as an agency owner, you want to be mentally fit, but physical fitness is something that is also very important. And actually, what I can tell you is, and this is from direct experience, guys, if you're not working out, I strongly suggest that you get into a workout routine because it's helping me do several things. Number one, it helps me get better sleep. I feel a lot more rested when I wake up in the morning because I sleep so much harder than I was before. It helps me with my mental clarity because of the fact that, again, when I'm getting better sleep, I feel, more rested, and it's just been a huge benefit. I eat better. I'm spending more time making sure that I'm doing things that I should be doing versus, things that I possibly shouldn't be doing. Whether it's just being lazy or, hanging out with people instead of focusing on work. All around, it's just been a great way for me to refocus myself and feel a little bit better at the same time. Do you guys do any workouts? Mashak is asking what kind of training I do. So I go to a gym mostly weight and cardio training. But outside of that, I like to do Muay Thai as well. They have punching bags at my gym, and I started Muay Thai a while ago before COVID and did that for about 6, 7 months and learned a lot. The guy that I was going to, he's still kind of slowly ramping back up as things kind of start to get a little bit back to normal. So eventually I'll start doing Muay Thai again and taking classes because I really do enjoy learning self-defense. But what about you guys? Are you guys working out? Are you guys doing anything specific? Do you guys find that it helps you with your business goals or with your agency goals? I would love to hear from you guys what you think. Sean, I'm doing pretty great, man. I'm a little tired, I'm not going to lie. It's been a long freaking day, so a little bit tired, but we'll make it. Not worried about it. Just starting out. Awesome, man. Well, hey, make sure you check out our programs. I know that, for guys just starting out, we have a $7 program that is more of a beginner level program, teaches you the basics. And then we have our intermediate to advanced level program, the DMS 2.0, which teaches you everything you want to know. And we even have a done with you agency program that is amazing. A lot of our students are really loving that program, the ones who join. And it's because of the fact that we're able to help get their agency started a lot faster. And I even had a call yesterday with one of my done with you students, and he just got his final report and everything put together for his agency. He's like, dude, I didn't even realize, I knew it was a lot, but when you put everything together for me, I didn't even realize how much there was to do to get this business up and going. So he's super excited to be able to get his agency going a lot faster than what it would have been if he hadn't. Turn that volume up. There we go. Let's see. What's my deadlift personal best? I don't actually do a lot of deadlift. I prefer bench, curls, a lot of core workout, some legs, not a ton of legs, but I really enjoy upper body core workout. And I was a swimmer. I was a year-round swimmer for about, 8 years? So if you guys don't know what a year-round swimmer does, everybody's, oh yeah, I've done swim team before. A lot of people say that to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Did you ever do a year-round team, or did you do your high school team? And there's a big, big difference. I'm talking, we were swimming 3,000 to 4,000 yards a day, which is about 2 miles. And you think 2.5 miles, I think. Well, yeah, it's about 2.5 miles. Which you think, oh, it's just 2.5 miles. That's nothing. In a pool, it's a lot. To swim 2.5 miles, it is a lot. And we did that 5 to 6 times a week, sometimes for 4 hours on Saturday. So we were swimming, around 8,000 yards in a day. I got to tell you, that is one of the hardest workouts you will ever do in your life. But I still swim because the gym that I go to has a pool, which is really, really cool. It does make you feel more energized. True. Trying to hit short routine every day is not that easy. Yeah, and that's the thing, guys. You don't have to work out 7 days a week. If you just want to start getting back into it, 2 to 3 days is a great start for working out, and will seriously improve your mental mental fitness, and will help you feel better, sleep better, just physically feel better. It's seriously just that small amount. And then the cool thing is when you really get going, you get to those 2 to 3 days, you start to get this addiction for it. And I know you guys have probably heard it before, and some of you are probably like, fuck that I could never get addicted to working out. But I promise you start working out 2 to 3 days a week, you just feel a lot better. Your endorphins start really pumping. And I promise you, it is definitely, it will change the way you feel every single day. And I don't mean the soreness, because that's what a lot of people, I don't want to be sore. I totally get it, man. It sucks sometimes, but it's still worth it at the end of the day. All right, so if you guys have questions about starting an agency, go ahead and throw them in the chat. We're going to start answering some questions now. And hopefully we can have a good session today. But again, guys, if you were just showing up, make sure to check all the links right below in the description. I promise you, you will love those links. All of our training, some tools and resources we use are down there. So check those out if you're interested. But go ahead and start putting your comments or your questions in the chat box, and I will get to them. How should one research a niche? Jacob Ovando. Here's the thing, guys. When it comes to a niche, we actually had this discussion in my mentorship group, my private mentorship group that I run. When it comes to selecting a niche, here's the way I like to approach it. First and foremost, what I would say is if you have something you're passionate about, that's where I would start. So, for example, I have a student who's passionate about vegan products or services. And so that's the route he chose to go. And the reason why you want to start with a passion niche, if you can, is because if you're passionate about it, it makes it a lot easier to create marketing campaigns for. So when it comes to creating content or creating ads, not only does it make it easier because you enjoy it, but it also makes it easier because you understand the niche. So you know what potential customers or people in the space are looking for, which is very important when you're trying to run an ad campaign or create an ad campaign for a business. Now, if you've looked at all of your passions and there just isn't an industry or a business type that you can kind of work your way into, the next thing that I always tell people or my students is to look at something like your past experience. So for me, what I had a lot of past experience with, excuse me, from college, and even just growing up in life, because my family is huge into cooking family meals, was restaurants. That's why I started, my restaurant or my agency name is Rest and Bar. We eventually changed that to R&B because we want to target more than just restaurants. But it started with restaurants, and that's because not really that I had a passion for restaurants, but I had a passion for cooking. And I knew a lot about the restaurant industry because I used to manage a restaurant when I was in college. I was essentially the GM of a restaurant. I started off as a dishwasher, worked my way up to a cook, then worked my way up to the kitchen manager. So I was managing the entire kitchen, and then from there I got promoted to the general manager of a couple locations. So automatically I knew what I was looking for when I was in the restaurant space to try and grow the restaurant, right? And so I had a bit of a connection with restaurants and understanding how to market for them already. So it just made sense for me to jump into that specific niche. And so what are some things, if you guys are, curious about if you're still trying to figure out what niche you're going to go into, what are some past experiences that you have? What's some past work experience or life experience that you have that you think could be applicable, however you want to say it, to a business or an industry? Because again, those are the two best ways: passion or past experience. Outside of that, if you can't find something out of those two things, the biggest thing I would say is check out my video on YouTube. We have a video on my channel about some of the top niches that are out there for people to look into. We also have blog content on my website, serialentrepreneur.academy. If you go there, it's under the free training tab, and you can actually find tons of content about selecting niches over there. And you can even search for it. There's a search bar in the top right-hand corner where you can search our blog for content. Just type in niches. You'll find everything you want. Let's see. Next question. How much do I charge to a pizza shop? Angel, here's the thing. I would need to know a lot more information about the specific pizza shop before I could actually provide a price or how much I charge. Because we have service packages where we have basically three levels of service that we provide that are easy to sell, where the base price is a one-time fee of $3,000 and then the monthly charge is $1,500. That's our base level package. And essentially what we do is we work on optimizing the website. We provide SEO. With restaurants, we would actually do Instagram and Facebook remarketing instead of PPC because we're already working on SEO. And then that's pretty much it. Optimization of the website management, a little bit of content creation, not a ton. And then Facebook and Instagram remarketing campaigns work wonders. Really, if they have the budget, in which we try to get them to spend about $1,000 a month on ads, we'll work in top of funnel ads as well. So starting to drive traffic using social media ads. And then obviously SEO to help them show up in their local area, because that is super important for any local business, whether it's a service or a product-based business. So that's what I would tell you is, the base price you would want to charge any business is around $3,000 to $4,000 for one-time fees and setup, and that's to take over their website, completely manage it, host it on your platform, do some optimization for SEO in the beginning, set up their ad campaign and their ad accounts, get their SEO strategy ready to go and launched, and that's pretty much it. But here's the thing, guys, this is actually a perfect example. Pizza is very hard to find a business to market for if it's a small business. Like if they only have one location, it's very hard to get that customer to buy. And the reason why is because you have to think about it like this. Pizza shops are one of the hardest restaurants to grow for the fact that most people don't charge enough for their pizza to become super profitable super quickly. So let me give you an example. Pizza restaurants, I can go into a pizza restaurant. Let's say I'm a dad, right? And I have a wife, which I don't, but let's just look at an example here. Let's say I'm a dad, I have a wife, and I have 2 kids. That's 4 of us, right? I can go into a pizza restaurant and order an extra large pizza for about $20, and that'll feed the entire family. Which, if we look at that, excuse me, I don't know what's in my throat. That's about $5 a head, $5 to $7 per head, which you can go to a McDonald's and get food a lot faster, a lot quicker, and it's probably going to be, it's not the same quality, but it's around the same style of food with regards to whether it being fast food or, cheap and affordable. And so when you're looking at $5 to $7 a head, that means that restaurant needs to be pulling in hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people per day to make a decent amount of money. And the reason I know this so well is because there was a restaurant back in my college town where they actually went out of business because the business owner realized, dude, we can make pizza all day, but if we're serving, and we're making $20 off of a family of 4, we're not going to make it. Think about another restaurant like that would be comparable, like an Italian restaurant or let's say like a steakhouse, right? Even the lower end, like Outback, Longhorn, those types of steakhouses, if we go into a Longhorn with a family of 4, they're probably going to spend anywhere from about $15 to $30 a person, which brings that average ticket up substantially, which means it's a lot easier for them to make a profit off of a family of 4 versus a pizza shop. So pizza shops are kind of, really difficult to make profitable. So if you're going to go after a pizza shop, make sure they have at least 3, 4, even 5 locations before you even think about approaching them, because a single location pizza shop, unless they're charging, $30, $40 for a single pizza, and that's like a medium, like Mellow Mushroom, super expensive pizza, but smaller portions, they're not going to be able to afford your services up front. What's up, Tafik, or T, from Duluth? I'm not too far from you, actually. I'm over in Sandy Springs. Sandy Springs and Marietta. What's up, Andreas? What is the mindset of starting an agency? Oh, man. The biggest thing that people have to realize when you start any type of business, whether it's an agency or not, is starting a business is not the easiest thing to do. It is not for everybody. So the biggest thing you have to be able to ask yourself is, do you really have, throughout your life, have you been a super, almost stubborn person? And what I really mean by that is, have you been persistent through things that were hard? Were you good at overcoming something that was very challenging? Because those are the people who will never make it. If you tend to give up on things super quickly, I wouldn't recommend starting a business at all, because you're going to come to your first challenge or your second challenge or your third challenge, and eventually you're going to want to give up. Just because that's the mentality that those types of people typically have. So, again, if you're trying to start any type of business, whether it's an agency or anything else, dropshipping, e-commerce, you're trying to start a barbershop, whatever, you have to have that persistence and that resiliency and that dedication to wanting to, be successful and be your own boss. And really, that's what it was for me. Me personally, I don't want to work for anybody else. I don't like working for other people. That's why I worked my ass off to make it up to management in the restaurant industry, because then I only had one boss, not 5 or 6 different bosses, which made it much more enjoyable. So keep that in mind. What do you think about pricing your service in ad spend, like 10% of ad spend, because it is very scalable? So I wouldn't just say a flat rate 10% for everybody. The biggest thing is you want to start with more like a flat rate fee for lower end budgets. Once you reach like, $25,000 a month in ad spend, that's where you'll start charging a percentage of ad spend. And it is super profitable. But again, you have to be able to find those clients. And a lot of people starting out are kind of scared to go after the bigger budgets because they think it's a harder campaign to manage, which doesn't necessarily mean that it is harder. Completely stand behind your company and content, just being my best to get closing your services. You're a blessing to many. Thanks. Timothy, I really appreciate that, man, and I'm glad I've been able to help you. That is the goal behind this channel. Really, the whole reason I started it was to show people the right way to do this business. And so far, it's been a great journey. How do you stay motivated as an entrepreneur? What drives you? Again, Godfather, the biggest thing for me was I don't want to have a boss. But also, I didn't grow up as a kid that was handed everything. A lot of what I had as a kid was earned through hard work and persistence. And I feel like when people grow up with that kind of mentality throughout their childhood, it kind of builds them towards or pushes them towards becoming an entrepreneur because you've never had and you don't mind working extra hard or extra long or harder than the other person to get to that next level. So I guess as far as what motivates me, those are some things. But also my parents worked their ass off. And again, we barely made ends meet sometimes. So one thing that really drives me is to be able to take care of my family. And I don't even mean, because again, I'm not married, don't have kids. One thing that really drives me is I want to do things for my parents like they did for me when I was younger. My mom and dad both sacrificed a lot to be able to provide for me and my little brothers. So that's super important to me, to be able to give something back to them and to be able to take care of them as they begin to retire. They've got retirement, kind of covered, but I want to be able to give them a little bit extra, and I want to be able to provide for them like they did for me for so long. I will have a roofing company meeting next week to talk about their advertising. It's my second meeting since I started my agency. What is your advice and which ad will work better, Google or Facebook? Here's the thing. Is it your second meeting with that company? Because if it's your second meeting with that company, then I would be at the proposal stage. But if it's your first meeting with that company, your goal in the first meeting, provide value and info gathering. That's the two things. Provide as much value as you can. So bring in an audit, provide solutions that they can either try to implement themselves, and don't be scared to give them solutions because they will realize very quickly they either A, don't know how to do it, or B, don't have the time to do it. So that's when they come back and say, look, we can't do this. We need you to do it. But also information gathering. So finding information out about their business, their customers, what's the average value of a customer to them. As far as which one's going to work better, again, as I always say, there is no better. Although what I would say is if you ask my personal preference for a roofing company, I would definitely go search because that's where people search for things. You don't go to Google to search for a roofing contractor, at least not typically. So I would go to Google and I would work on SEO and PPC. Those are the services I would focus on. SEO, PPC, lead nourishment, and website optimization and development. Those are the services I would primarily focus on for that company. Did the sound go? Nope, sound's still going. It's probably just you. Yep, got some people saying just you. So not sure what happened there, man. I shouldn't have drank that coffee before. That's what it is. How do you set targets? What are your metrics, operational or revenue? Dino, can you be more specific? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Operational or revenue? Like targets for my company, targets for ad campaigns. What do you mean specifically? Arkham, what's going on, man? Good to see you back. So if it's the first meeting, do what I just said. Have you visited Scandinavia countries? I have not, but I would love to go to, somewhere out. I have never been that far. I guess that would be, we're the West. So I've never been that far east, and I would love to go over to, areas in Europe, areas in Asia, and actually get some exploring done. And that's the end goal. Eventually, I will be able to do that. But I've got to focus, hone in my experience and my time that I have right now while I'm young to build up something. So that way, by the time I'm in my, mid to late 30s, I can do what I want to do all the time, not just work. And, I'm not saying that all I'm doing is working now because I'm not. I get a lot more time doing things I want than a lot of my friends get to do, which is really, really cool. I get to make my own schedule. I decide when and where I want to work, which is awesome. But there's still a lot of work to be done to get to where I can just completely take off, step back, and say, I don't have to do anything. You guys manage it, make me money. So eventually that will happen. Do you recommend outsourcing all tasks in the beginning? Lonely. That's pretty funny. Lonely. Yes, I do. And the reason why is because, number one, you want to start building your team early, because the earlier you start building, the earlier you start creating SOPs for your agency, the easier it is later on down the road. Trust me, if you try and take all of that on yourself and you're doing all the work, number one, you're going to realize you don't have any time to go out and get new clients, which is bad. You have to constantly be bringing in new business. But number two, when you get to the point where you scale and then you're like, all right, now I want to start building a team, it makes it much harder, because you not only do you have a ton of clients to manage in their campaigns, but now you also have to start training people, finding people, building SOPs for those people, and that is super, super time consuming. Really, that's the biggest reason why I created my Done With You agency program, which again, if you want to check out, is in the description below. But I did that because I realized how long it took me and how much I spent $150,000 and put in 1,000 hours worth of labor hours between people on my team, myself, other VAs, to construct all of these standard operating procedures. That's a SOP, which is basically, if we get an SEO campaign in, what happens, who's in charge, what things do we need to follow up on, what steps do we take. That took $150,000 and over 1,000 labor hours to create. And that's, again, why I created the Done With You program, is because now I've built it, I can just take it and transfer that knowledge and that information to you guys, which makes it super easy for you to build your agency, along with tons of other aspects with that program. But to answer your question simply, yes, start outsourcing as soon as you possibly can. Have a plan in place and execute. Have you ever tried advertising women's salons? Any tips? I haven't done a woman's salon, but I'm doing a barbershop right now. It's my first barbershop I've ever done, and we're having really great success with the campaign. The biggest thing is, guys, make it stand out. Make it interesting. Do something fun and unique to drive that cold traffic in, and then just make sure that you're following up with people. Don't just run a campaign and not send some remarketing ads to those people who are visiting the website. Really, that's the biggest key. Is I might not need an appointment today, but I'm checking it out because I might need one in a month, right? So after a month, if you're not in my face about the services you provide, I'm going to forget about your business, and I might find somebody else to purchase a haircut or a hair coloring or whatever it is that women do when they're in salons for myself. Will AI end SMMA? Not at all, because you will always need creative minds. AI can do so much, but it's more from a data and analytical perspective and like automation perspective. So for example, we have email automation. That's an example almost of AI. And it allows us to automate tasks that are redundant and don't need to be done manually. But from a creative perspective, there's no way, at least in my opinion, that AI is going to be able to create these, unique and original campaigns that good marketers are able to create. So no, AI will definitely not end SMMA. And even still, if you look at it like that, then that means robots will be running companies, and who's making the money? That will never happen. There will always be marketing agencies. How do you stay focused when first starting? Keep dreaming about what you desire. The biggest thing, and some people think this is lame, but create a vision board. Keep looking at the things that you aspire to have in your life. Rid yourself of all of the other distractions. And it sucks for a little bit. Like for the first 9 months, guys, I didn't do anything. I didn't talk to friends. I didn't hang out with people. I didn't go to parties. I didn't do much but sit inside my room and work and work and work. I was working 90 to 100 hours per week sometimes. But it has paid off substantially, because now I get to do the things that I want to do versus having to do what somebody else tells me I have to do, which is so much more fulfilling than anything else I think I could have ever done. Targets for my agency. How to know if you are being successful or lagging. Do you set monthly targets on marketing and sales activities or the expected revenue? Yes, of course. That's the thing, guys. You should always be setting goals. And once you reach a goal, you set a new goal. But if you're not setting goals, then how do you know what you're trying to accomplish or where you're trying to go? So if you're not setting goals, that is definitely something you need to incorporate into your business structure, where, once a quarter you look at what are we doing currently? How can we improve? Where are we trying to go next? Where are we at? What do you consider as the best skill for marketing agency? Man, there's so many that it's hard to say there's any best skill. I would say if you're looking at it from an ownership perspective, as a business owner, the best skill is versatility and persistence, which I don't even know if you can really call persistence a skill. I think it is because I think it's something that you can learn to do. But versatility is really huge because uh, you have to be able to kind of roll with the punches. And basically, what that means is things are going to come at you from every direction, and it's hard to stay focused and to stay balanced when you have so many different things going on, causing stress. Good things, bad things. It's just hard to balance all of that. So being able to roll with those punches and be versatile will allow you to grow, I guess, a lot quicker than somebody who doesn't really take those challenges and work with them. Where are we at? What are some of your personal habits you do daily? The biggest thing is eat right, get a decent amount of sleep, get rest, try to stay away from things that you know are negative for your life. And I think the biggest thing is having a plan, trying to keep a plan in place every single day. You have your overarching plan, but then you also need to have like your day-to-day plan, what you plan to do. And planning, that's really where SOPs and hiring and building a team really comes into play, is because without a plan in place, you're doomed to fail. You will fail. So keeping a plan in place and having a structure to your life and doing it seems repetitious and monotonous, but really at the end of it all, it makes it to where you don't have those unexpected things coming out from all different areas as much as you would if you didn't have a plan in place. When you have a plan in place, it's so much easier to execute as a business owner or as a marketing agency owner. You have a salon client that you want to work with, but they don't have a website. Is that a problem? Yes. Every business out there, this is 2020, guys, and everybody knows it's going to come down to the fact of whether they can afford it or not, because that's the only reason they don't have one. Everybody knows they need to have a website now. Running ads on Facebook and Instagram without a website makes it super complicated. So yes, they definitely need to have a website. Sean, Instagram and Facebook are really great platforms for real estate agents. How can you run an ad that will provide a good result for them? Really, the biggest thing is you have to segment your ads based on buyers and sellers, and then you have to know how to create content or copy or creative that's going to draw in potential buyers or sellers. The other side of it is making sure that you're targeting the right audiences. Don't just buy people who watch, or don't send ads to people who like watch HGTV. That doesn't mean they're in the market for a home. So understanding the audience, understanding what makes up a home buyer, what makes up somebody selling their home, and being able to outline those details on an ad campaign, or really when you're creating the audiences for your ad campaign. Mashak, I would say, I don't know where you're at specifically. I think you said Scandinavia. The biggest thing is I would definitely charge more than $1,000 for a website build. Usually a good website build is going to cost the client anywhere from $2,500 to $4,500. $2,500 being a basic, easy site. So just keep that in mind. $1,000 is very low. How can you practice Facebook ads? Romeo, the biggest thing is there isn't really a way to just practice running ads. It would be nice if there was a way to kind of work with some type of software that was kind of like a simulated marketplace. That would be amazing. I'm sure Facebook's probably working on something like that for people like you guys who want to learn. But there is no real way to practice other than finding someone to work for and running ads for them, starting a drop shipping company of your own or an e-commerce brand of your own and trying to run ads for that e-commerce brand. That's why I recommend drop shipping, so you don't have to like go out and spend a ton of money on products that you want to sell. You can just ship directly from the manufacturer, which makes it very easy for you to practice. That's actually one of the ways that I practiced Facebook ads a long time ago, was using a drop shipping company to kind of learn. Now, it will require your own money, but at the end of the day, you're going to learn how to get really good. And if you do end up getting really good, then you will start to recuperate some of that expense by selling products through your Facebook ads. God, my phone is blowing up over here. What tools or software do you use easily to gather a bunch of clients along with their social media accounts and Gmails? So Jacob, let me get it for you. First thing I would say is check the description right below. That is the CRM that I use. You need to have that CRM. I promise you, like, and not to mention, it's the most affordable CRM on the market. But if you don't have a CRM, it's going to make it very complicated for you to actually find and keep track of people that you're trying to sell to. Where is it? Hang on one sec. Last thing that you'll want is, I'm going to put it in the chat, is something that you can use. I was actually literally using it before I got on this call, and I found the CEO of a bunch of large companies because this app is freaking amazing. But check out that app right there. It is a super affordable app. Smma actually sometimes has deals, but I don't think they're running one right now. But I would recommend getting access to that program right there and using that to find emails of the people you're trying to reach. It gets you past the gatekeeper because you don't have to use the contact email. You can use it's usually the first name, but it's not always, or it's not always as simple as you might think it may be. So it's a useful tool to have. Plus, they have a prospector tool that you can actually type in your industry. You can type in CEO, founder, president, whatever, and it will give you emails of all of the people that work in that specific industry that have a publicly listed email address, which makes it super easy to start cold emailing directly to the people you're wanting to talk to. If you're only going to your first meeting, Lundy, you don't need to worry about talking about ads. Again, the first meeting, guys, is the value and information search meeting, meaning you need to provide value either through an audit or some informational presentation. And then you need to ask questions about their business and their clients, so that way you're able to put together a solid proposal and understand if you should even be running Facebook ads for that company. Definitely has the budget. Owner has a lovely new Range Rover and a lovely shop, so I don't think budget is the problem. Major break. Here's the thing, though. I believe the statistic is 90% of people in America are in more debt than they can afford to pay. So just because somebody has a nice car and a nice shop does not mean that they have money. Trust me, there are people who go bankrupt every day living in million-dollar mansions because they can't afford the things that they have. So don't take the things that people have as a guarantee that they're going to be able to afford services. Does the place or business you want to run ads for have? No, not at all. I was literally one of the companies I reached out to earlier when I was using that tool I just told you about was a barbecue place. And their first location is literally a shack, but they get hundreds of people a day to this location to buy their barbecue because it's so good and they have a really good track record in their community. So it doesn't have to look good. Now, it does help if they have a nice looking location because people get, I guess, freaked out, or they kind of shy away from going to a location if it isn't physically appealing from the outside and inside. But that doesn't mean that they can't do good business. Excuse me. No, I do not use Simple Invoices. I actually use Stripe. Stripe has an invoicing feature on their platform. It's a merchant service provider, which you will need to accept online payments or credit card payments, things like that anyways. So I just do my invoices directly through Stripe because it's a free service that's included and I don't have to pay extra for another invoicing software. Wi-Fi Trapper. No, it is not bad to outsource right away. I actually mentioned that earlier. You don't want to wait. You want to start outsourcing as quickly as you possibly can. Wi-Fi, again, to kind of go off the second part of your statement, I like Facebook ads. I don't like being the one who sits there and runs the campaigns and optimizes them. I like to be the creative mind in the back that comes up with the campaigns that we're going to run, because setup and optimization, that's more of an analytical thing. I'm not a super analytical, detail-oriented person. I'm more of a creative mind. Most entrepreneurs are. So I don't like sitting there and setting up and running ads all day either. That's why I created processes and guidelines for the ads managers that I hire to follow. So that way, because I know best practices, I know how to run ads, and I know the best way that they should be set up. But as far as sitting there and wanting to actually just set up ads all day, that's not what I enjoy. So that's why I created processes and hired the right people to run ads for me, taught them my processes, and then incorporated them into my business. Godfather, restaurants was my initial niche. We try to focus also in professional services, which are things like roofing, HVAC, doctors, lawyers. I'm literally about to take on a wellness center later this week. Like, we start their onboarding later this week. So professional services tend to be the area that I stick in. Do you recommend Messenger instead of website? What? Angel, can you explain what you mean by that? Like using Facebook Messenger instead of building a website? Totally off topic, but that haircut is on point, Jordan. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. They do a good job. The barbershop that I'm actually running ads for always cuts my hair for free now, which is another benefit of running ads for a barbershop. I get free haircuts, and they do badass haircuts and beard trims, all of that. Where would you recommend outsourcing, and what services should I outsource first? Major break. Upwork is my favorite. After that, FreeUp. Let me see. I'll give you actually here, for those of you that are looking to outsource, I'll give you a free $50 that you can spend on outsourcing. If I can remember the URL. I believe that URL right there will take you to my landing page. Yep. So if you use that URL that I just gave you, FreeUp is a app or a platform like Upwork as well. It's an outsourcing platform built by my buddy Nathan. And he actually recently just sold that company, so he doesn't own it anymore, but he sold it and made a good bit of money off of it, I'll tell you that. But anyways, when he was working at it, he asked me if I wanted to do some collaboration with him. And so everybody who uses that link that I just gave you, you get a free $50 credit when you sign up and use FreeUp. So if you're looking to start outsourcing, you'll get your first $50 free. Plus, it's an amazing service. They really do take care of the people that they're trying to provide outsourcing services for. So I highly, highly recommend FreeUp. And also, again, Upwork. First services that I would recommend outsourcing: copywriting, graphic design, ads management, and SEO. Those are going to be your big players right there. And those are some of the biggest pieces of advertising that you have to overcome. Although you say this haircut looks good, it's been a long day. This hair's been sitting like this since 8 a.m., so I'm surprised it's even holding up still. It's been a hot day in Georgia. It was like 100 degrees earlier. Let's see. What are the top 3 activities that you need to perform every day for the agency? Planning, so initial planning in the morning, so that way you're prepared for the rest of your day. Without planning, I promise you will fail. The second thing I would say is making sure that you have meetings in place with the staff or the people at your agency or with your clients that are set and ready to go on a regular basis. Those are super important. Making sure that communication with an agency, that's actually the reason why I didn't enjoy working at the large agency that I worked at when I was back in 2014. I didn't like working there because there was no communication between departments. Like the copy department didn't communicate with the creative department, didn't communicate with the sales department. So everybody just kind of had their own vision of what was supposed to happen. And it really affected the campaigns that we were running negatively because of that lack of communication. The third thing I would say is probably just more about focus. Getting rid of distractions that you have and that you know are going to come up. If it takes, shutting off Facebook or shutting off Instagram or TikTok or whatever social media platform you like to sit on, shut that off. Don't sit there and check your email all day or wait by the inbox waiting for emails to come in, because it's not going to happen. It's a waste of time. Focus on the things you can control, prioritize your time and your efforts wisely, and make sure that you're spending your time on the things that really matter most to growth in your business. Does Stripe include a credit card authorization form? No, it does not. My program does. I believe we have a template for a credit card authorization in the program. Aren't you in the program, Arkham? I'm pretty sure. I thought you were. But if not, you can always go to Google and type in credit card authorization template, and you can pretty much find one off of there and use that. Did I try Connect.io software? No, I have not tried that software. Thanks for that client call the other day, Jordan. That helped a lot. Chance, not a problem, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you guys didn't see it, I guess I have two surprises for you if you haven't seen it. Number one, you can go to my channel. My most recently uploaded video is actually a video of me, that wellness center that I told you we're about to onboard. I pitched her a audit. So if you want to learn how to present an audit and have that first meeting with the client, that is a perfect video for you to start on. It's a live video of me and her and I going through the audit. And then after that, I actually recorded the video of me closing the proposal. So let me ask you guys something. Would you guys like to see me close a deal that's worth about $13,000 over 6 months? If you would, say something in the chat, hit the thumbs up button, do something to let me know you guys would be interested to see that video, because if so, I can probably upload that one to YouTube as well. I'm Italian and know a lot about Italian food, and we Italians are very friendly towards each other, so I have an edge on getting Italian restaurants versus non-Italians. Go for it then, man. If you feel like you can get, and there's more than just Italian restaurants. I mean, I'm going to sound super ignorant. I can't tell you anything else, but I'm sure since you're Italian, you can probably think of other businesses that Italians are more commonly known for owning, or that have some Italian influence in it. So try to think outside the box, outside of restaurants as well, and see if there's anything else that you can connect with. Game changer, why do you feel dumb? You shouldn't feel dumb. Here's the thing, you're not dumb. Nobody's dumb. There's just an area in your life where you haven't made it to the point where you understand yet. But that doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you're in the process of learning. I had to go through the same stage, guys. Like, I didn't just get all this information dumped into my brain. It took years and years of practice, but this was before there was there was no training program for digital marketing when I was going through it. I literally had to sit down and learn all of this myself to be able to do all of this and have the understanding that I have about digital marketing now. So actually, you should feel lucky, if anything, because there are training resources and materials out there like mine that you can use to learn this stuff so much quicker than I ever had to. It took me, 7 years to really get good at doing digital marketing because there was no one doing this. It didn't happen until the last 3 to 4 years where people actually started training. Like, they just started putting this material into colleges. A year ago or a year and a half ago, UGA, the University of Georgia, one of the biggest colleges, one of the best business schools in the nation, one of the biggest colleges in the nation, asked me to come to a presentation at UGA because they didn't have digital marketing material that they taught there. They just now started implementing it at one of the largest and most prestigious business schools in America. So trust me, you guys are in a great spot now to start picking this stuff up and learning how to grow an online business. Appreciate it, Dominic. Always nice to hear nice things said. Everybody loves to be kind of built up. I can't say that I'm not the same. I love it. I love getting compliments just as much as the next person. You know what I don't understand? Those people who are like, they like shy away from a compliment. Like, as long as you're not arrogant, or douchey about it. Like, there's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself. That's a big thing to have. If you're going to be a business owner and you're not confident in yourself, you're in for a rude awakening. You're going to have to learn confidence and self-confidence very, very quickly, because I promise you, if you have no self-confidence, or if you're lacking in self-confidence, you're going to struggle with a lot of things. You have to be able to, again, it's about staying away from the arrogance that can come along with too much confidence. All right, well, I'll put it to you guys like this. If we can get this video to 50 total likes, I'm going to check back in about a week, so we don't have to do it tonight. But if we can get this video to 50 total thumbs ups or likes, I will post the video about the deal that I closed. And it's literally another live video with her and I sitting there and me presenting the proposal and getting the contract. I'm starting to build out my client outreach list, but I still feel like I'm missing something. What are the essential things you should have in place before? So here's the thing. Before you ever start getting your clients, here's what I tell my students. This is what I recommend to everybody starting an agency. You need to have SOPs in place, which are the operational procedures that you use to run your agency. You need to have a team in place, right? Because if you don't have a team, it's going to be very complicated. If you start getting tons and tons of clients in because your sales is really working, you're not going to be able to scale that business. You're actually going to hurt yourself, probably going to end up getting some bad reviews, and it's really going to hurt your business. So the two biggest things are operational procedures, otherwise known as SOPs. We have videos on that on my YouTube channel and blog content. And building your team, which we also have content on. Pretty much if you can think about anything that you might have a problem with, as long as it's not like how to run ads for a dog walker. Like if you go that specific, like you don't really need to go that specific to learn how to run ads for a dog walker or learn how to create a campaign for a dog walker. If you understand digital marketing, you can quickly figure out how to build a campaign that's going to work for a dog walker. But if you have any questions about starting the business, pricing services, getting clients, anything to do with digital marketing, so social, pay-per-click, email, search engine optimization, website, content marketing, anything like that, guys, there is content about it on my channel. And I promise you, it will behoove you. I love using that word. It's such a weird word, but it will behoove you to check out my content on my YouTube channel, to check out my free blog content on my website. And if you're really smart, you'll get into one of my training programs, either my mentorship program, that's only $10 a month. You get 2 trainings with me live every single week. We have a $7 beginner program to get you started, a $549 program to kick it up and to make you an intermediate or advanced level digital marketer. And if you're really wanting to start quick, the Done With You program that I provide, not only do we help you build your agency and get it launched and running in 2 to 3 months, you also get access to the Done Digital Marketing School included with that purchase. So there's, again, tons of options. All of those options are down in the description right below this video. Make sure to check them out before you guys leave this video. Exactly. 50 likes, that shouldn't be hard, guys. You guys can get this to 50 likes. All you got to do is comment a bunch and make sure you hit the thumbs up, and I guarantee you it will show enough people out there on YouTube, which they will comment and like as well, which will bring it up to 50 super, super quickly. So if you guys want to see it, that's my deal that I'm making with you guys. Look at that. Godfather calling me a good-looking dude. What's up? I appreciate that, man. Seriously. It does feel good to hear those things. Everybody needs to be told those things. Even if you don't feel that confident in yourself, you still need to hear it. And what you should do, if you're not hearing it, you need to surround yourself with better people. And not to say that the people you're with are just total pieces of trash or pieces of shit. Like, that doesn't mean that. But there are people out there that are willing to build other people up, no matter the way they look, no matter the way they behave. Okay, I can't say no matter the way they behave, because I'm not going to tolerate people who act childish or immature and want to do that. But there are people that do not care about looks and still see the beauty in everything about other people. So if you're not getting enough of that, make sure you surround yourself. And what do they say? You are the sum of the top 5 people you hang out with. So if the top 5 people you hang out with are assholes, you might be an asshole. So surround yourself with nicer people, and I guarantee you will start to slowly change the way you act as well. Oh, yeah, and in case you guys didn't hear, if you weren't here in the very beginning, Canva, if you guys have heard of Canva, I'm sure you guys have heard of Canva by now if you've started, looking into running your agency. Canva actually reached out to me and wants to do a content collaboration, so I'm super excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun, and they're a massive brand. Earlier this year, like literally a month ago, Smma reached out to me. We did a content collaboration with them. So it's just awesome to see these big brands start to appreciate my content. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that you guys love my content. But when a big brand like that comes to you and says, hey, we love your content, we want to do some content with you, that's like a huge, like, it gets my heart racing. Like, it's so cool to see that those people really want to, help me, and not to mention have me help their audiences. They trust me enough to provide content to their audiences, which is massive. Like, for me, it just means so much. And that's really, like, I never thought when I started this YouTube channel that that's what I was going to be doing. Like, I never thought it would make it this big, but I'm so glad it did, because it is one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. And if for some reason my business doesn't make it, let's say, COVID just hit super hard and for some reason I have to shut down Serial Entrepreneur, I have to shut down Rest and Bar, I'm still going to be super proud of what I was able to accomplish in such a short amount of time, because there aren't many people who get to have this experience that I've had, and I'm super, super grateful for all of you for helping support, because they wouldn't trust me if it weren't for you guys. So I accredit a lot of this to you guys. Obviously, I have to give myself and my team credit, because without them, without the effort that I've put in myself, this never would have happened. So thank you guys, and I hope you guys get to see that content when we actually put it together. I'll make sure you guys stay informed, so that way when we put out the video or blog with Canva, that you guys are able to get access to it. Because I'm sure it's going to be a really great piece. Here's the thing. I think creativity, Godfather, you said, how do you get creative? The biggest thing, man, is I think you either, with creativity, I feel like that's something that you either are or you aren't. And I feel like, I guess it could be something that is learned, but I feel like you have to seek it out. Like, you're not just going to just automatically just become creative or be a creative person if you're not already. I think you have to try to find ways to be creative, or look for inspiration in what creative people are doing, and try to learn from those people to try and make yourself creative, right? Some of the people that I like, for example, and those of you who are in the marketing space, you've heard of this guy before, Billy Jean. I think he is one of the most creative marketers and advertisers out there. I look to Billy Jean for inspiration, and not like I'm going out trying to mimic his ads, but I look at it to see what I ask myself is, what was Billy Jean thinking that led him to think this was going to be a good idea? And where did that start? Where did it originate? How did he end up to where he is? And that's what you guys, if you're not that type of person, you have to be super, and that's really the only way I am super analytical, is when it comes to trying to figure something out, I ask myself internally a ton of questions like, how did he do this? Why did he want to do this? And asking why is one of the best ways I think that you can actually start to become more creative. Because when you start to understand why, it starts to make sense in other areas of your life. I bought your first course a few years back, planning on getting your 2.0 sometime in the near future. Hey, Will, just so you know, it's only $100 for you to upgrade. If you bought DMS 1.0, we made it super cheap for you guys to be able to upgrade. It's only $100, so if you want to get started, just let us know. You can send us an email to info@serialentrepreneur.academy, and we can get you set up really, really quick. It's not that the course is outdated, because most of the content in 1.0 is still in 2.0. That's why we didn't charge a lot of money, because I would never do that. I don't want to rip people off. But there were a lot of updates that happened to platforms like Facebook, Instagram. We added more content in, like topic clusters and basic marketing strategies, basic marketing principles that I learned in college that I wanted to teach you guys. So there's a lot more content in it now. There was, I believe, 60 to 80 videos and trainings in the first one. Now there's like 120. So that tells you how much we've added and grown that program. I made a website to sell stuff, and my brother has 20K followers on TikTok, and he posted my website, and it got like no likes, and I only got 35 store visitors. That's because the content has to resonate, or the product that you're trying to promote has to resonate with the audience. Otherwise, they're not going to click on it. So I don't know what exactly he does on his channel, and I don't know what type of website you were putting up there, but if it doesn't resonate with the audience, they're not going to click. Any tips for the real estate niche? Use great creative. And what I mean by that is the images and videos that you're using need to be super, they need to pop. You need to have some of the best production quality in the industry to stand out with real estate. That's what really pops, and what gets people to look at houses is show me something that looks really amazing and then show me the houses that you have for sale. That's kind of how that industry works. I want to target local businesses. Hey, Romeo, again, this is the reason why I recommend this tool. Right in the description, I'm gonna show you guys, because I honestly, like, I've been promoting it for the last probably 2-3 months now, and it's because of, like, I don't promote a product. I turn people down for products all the time. Like, we have probably 10 to 20 businesses reach out to me every single week to promote their products on my channel, and I will not promote a product unless I have used it and truly believe in it and use it for my agency. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, here's what you need to do. Share my screen really quick. All right, this right here. Also, we have new merchandise. If you guys are wanting to get CE certified, we have certified marketing t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, all kinds of stuff like that. If you guys are wanting, we have those for sale. I love the brand, and I love the logo and the design that we put on these shirts. It's really cool. But if you want, I would check out this tool right here. I'm telling you right now, you will thank me so much, because you're not going to waste thousands of dollars on software you don't need to get. Just trust me. If you want to save thousands of dollars when starting your agency, or even right now if you're already running an agency and you want to save thousands of dollars, you need to get this program right here. Go to this and click this link. I promise you, you will be the happiest person in the world. The reason why is it's a CRM, email autoresponder, text message autoresponder, landing page builder, website builder, appointment setting calendar, all in one. Plus they offer white labeling services if that's what you want to do to start off with your agency. Like, it is easily the best tool that I've ever found in marketing. I've always wanted a tool where a lot of those tools that I just mentioned were all in one place and actually functioned decently. They literally built the website or the landing page builder just like ClickFunnels looks. So it makes it super easy to convert if you've been using ClickFunnels. Like, we're literally in the process of getting rid of ClickFunnels. We're going to build all of our order pages, because that's the only thing we use it for now. We don't even use ClickFunnels to build landing pages anymore. The only thing I have it for is for our checkout pages for Serial Entrepreneur, and that's it. We're in the process right now of migrating those over to that program I just showed you guys. So if you want the best tool I've ever found in my freaking life for marketing, that is the tool you want to get. What time it is? All right, guys, we got 2 minutes left. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get to all of the questions that are left. I'm sorry. We only do this for an hour every week, and we start at 7:30 p.m. It is almost 8:30 now. EST, for those of you who don't know. But if you guys want to come back next week, I will be here again next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But who wants to win a mentorship program? If you want to win the mentorship program, I need you guys to do me a favor. We need to get that like count, the thumbs up count. Let's get it up to 25. Also, make sure we get it up to 50, because if you do, then I'll show you guys a video of me closing a deal, a live video of me closing a deal it's on a Zoom call with her and I. I'll make sure that we show that video if we get the like count up to 50. But if you want to win the mentorship program, we need to get the like count up to 25 thumbs up. So hit that thumbs up button right below the video. And if we can get it to 25, I will give away 2 mentorship programs tonight. As you guys are doing that, let me go ahead and check and see what I want to talk about as far as the question. Because all you have to do is answer the question right, be one of the first people, and you win access. I know what I'm going to ask. We need 3 more likes, and I'll give away 2 mentorship programs. If you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button, I'm telling you, that's all you got to do. Just hit the thumbs up button. We need 3 more, and we will give away 2 mentorship programs today. Do you guys want to win? Who wants to win the mentorship program? I need you to put it in the comments or in the chat box letting me know that you actually want to win. Because right now, it seems like nobody has said they actually want to win the mentorship program, which is really surprising. I mean, if you guys don't want the mentorship program, that's fine. I don't have to give it away. I just choose to, because I like to do things for you guys and give you guys free products. Because once you get in the mentorship program too, you'll realize, like, we have so many students that have stayed in the mentorship. We have students that have been in there for almost a year and a half, like going on 2 years now, because of the value that they get from the program. So we need one more thumbs up. That's it. Just one more, and we can get the question going. And we'll see how much you guys are paying attention to what I'm talking about, too. Oh, that's why people are hitting me up about the Done With You program. I see. Some of you have already taken advantage. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that want to win. That's it. All right, well then 7. I'll give it a little bit more time. Okay, there we go. We got up to 26. I was about to say, I'm only going to give this away to the 7 people who responded they want to win then. I know some of you on here are already in the program, so you can't win it, but I was going to say we've got about 22 people sitting on here, and we can't get up to 25, and we already had 19. All right, guys. So here's the question if you want to win. You just have to be the first to answer. The question is, what is the name of the CRM landing page text message email autoresponder service? What is the name? It is literally in the description of my video at the very bottom. It's the one I was just talking about that I recommend so much. What is the name of that software? First person to answer wins. And just so you guys know here, so that way you don't think I'm cheating, because everybody thinks I'm lying to them when I tell them. Oh, shit. We got one winner. Mashak is the first winner. And William Reeves. I know. I like to make it easy for you guys sometimes. So, just so you guys can see, Mashak was first. Will Reeves was second. You guys did great today. Thank you for answering. Congratulations to you guys. Here's what I'm going to do. What you need to do next is go to facebook.com/serialentrepreneur. Actually, what I need to do, because I forgot we put in a new process, I'm going to let my team know who won. I need you guys to put your name in the actual chat really quick. I need your first and last name if that's not it already. But if you are one of the 2 people, Will Reeves, I'm guessing that's your first and last name, and Mashak Kaznawi, I think I got that name right. You guys are the winners for tonight. And again, it's only 10. Jacob said, shit, I'll just pay for it. I'm telling you guys, you will love the fact that you joined. You will be grateful for that $10 that you spent because of the amount of information that you're going to learn. But Will Reeves and Mashak, I just need you guys to verify your first and last name for my team, so that way we can make sure you guys are the ones who get access to the program. It's $10 a month for the program is what it is. All right, cool. Your name is Mashak? Perfect. Will, is your name Will Reeves? Just want to make sure that we are sending it to the right person. You need to go to, if you are one of the winners, all you have to do is go to that link right there. That is my Facebook business page. Is it not going to post it as a link? All right, let me retype it. No, it's not what I want. Oh, that's right. I typed it. Facebook.com/serialentrepreneur. There's the link right there. And all you have to do is click that. Send me a message. Sorry to hear about that, Dominic, but that's okay. We do a giveaway pretty much every week. So you guys, if you want to win, just come back next week, and I promise you we are going to do another giveaway next week as well. And if you want to buy and just go ahead and get in now and stop waiting, then I challenge you to go ahead and buy it now. If you need the site, here's my website. Also, the link is literally in the description of this video. So if you want to check it out, you just got to go to that link. Ooh. Serialentrepreneur.com. Okay. There's the link to my website. You can check out all of our programs that we have over there. No, I am not related to Keanu Reeves, but I will take that as a compliment because he was voted one of the world's sexiest men in like it might have been early 2000s. I think it was early 2000s. So I'll take that as a compliment. I don't think, dude, I get told and you want to know what it is? I think it's just the beard because I get told I look like people all the freaking time. Like last week I got told I look like Ender Inciarte. If you guys watch the Braves, you'll know who that is. I got told I look like Ender. I don't think I look like Ender at all. It's literally just the beard. Like anybody who has this facial hair, I get told I look like that person. I've been told, what's his name? Aaron Rodgers' brother, Ryan Gosling once, which I'll also take that one. Who else? Who was the other one? Somebody else. Oh, James Franco. I actually went as James Franco one year for Halloween, and I killed that contest. By the way, I won the Halloween contest, or the costume contest, because I did James Franco from Pineapple Express. I'm telling you, I killed it, dude. I had the outfit, the costume down to the T. It was perfect. But thank you guys for joining in. I really appreciate it. You guys definitely need to check out that software that I posted. All of the links, again, are below in the description for all of my resources, my training materials, and software and tools that we use. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Again, we go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single week. And we do mentorship giveaways every single week. So if you're still wanting to win, come back next week and you'll have another shot at winning. But I'm going to get out of here for now, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. It's Labor Day weekend, so make sure to relax a little bit. Don't work too hard. Get some work done, but don't spend the whole time working. Take some time for R&R. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you next week. Until then, Serial Entrepreneur out. Bye.